How are you, parents? Welcome to our today's session, a session on children hatred signs towards their parents. I know most parents do not understand whenever their children are having a hatred towards them. And it's out of that you will not be able to advise their children against that even as they grow up, they'll tend to move along with that hatred, which they'll also show other people in the community, the siblings, and anybody else. So that is why it is good as a parent to be able to identify whenever these children are feeling hatred towards you. And which are these signs that we are talking about here? The signs that your child is showing hatred towards you. One of them is whenever you talk to them, they don't say no, they don't say yes. But the worst is when they walk away after you talked to them. As a parent, you should be able to identify why have they behaved the way they have behaved, so that you can be able to identify what is the root cause of that. Another thing that you'll be able to see as a sign that these children have a hatred towards you is when they don't want to be part of you, part of your activities, and they're always giving excuses. And on top of that, what they do is they'll try to spend so much time with the other children. During this time when they're spending with those children, even if you have around them, make sure there is supervision, so that they'll always be able to hang around with people of good behavior. Because at times, we leave these children to have a free will. By the time you come to realize, they have acquired another behavior that is not good. And that is because they do not want to be part of your activities because they feel they're having a hatred towards you. So even when they are hanging around with other children, make sure you are supervising. Get to know whom are they hanging around with. Are they people who are putting more fire onto what they are feeling? Another thing you'll be able to know that your children have a hatred towards you is when, during that time when they have low moments, they don't talk to you. They are feeling stressed, but they cannot be able to discuss with you and tell you what they are going through. That should tell you that your children have a hatred towards you. And it's always good. Be good friends with your children, so that anytime they have low moments, they'll be able to open up to you. But let them not feel that you're an enemy to them. You are a stranger to them. And that is why they bring about that hatred towards you. Another sign that children portray to show that they hate their parents is that emotional threat which they show. And that emotional threat is where even you as your parent, you don't feel like being around them. And they will portray this. They will portray this emotional threat either directly or indirectly. Whenever you start seeing this, leave them to cool. And then from there, try to talk to them after their anger has gone down. If still they cannot talk to you, what you do is get a therapist to talk to them. Because if they grow having that kind of behavior, that kind of emotional threat, they might even commit a crime in future, because it is something they cannot be able to handle. It's something that they don't know what to do whenever they have it. So as a parent, be keen on that. We also have cases where these children portray hatred towards you by showing that you are too unfair to them when they were growing up. You did this and that to them. But at that point, you should be able to explain to these children if it was a privilege that you withdrew, if maybe you were harsh to them, you should be able to explain to them you are doing that so that they could be able to grow up to who they are and good children. And it is from there that these children will be able to understand and know you did that for their own good, and they will apologize, and you move on as good parents. And as I wind up, there's something I want to tell you, parents. Never force your children onto following your beliefs. What you should do is explain to them and tell them, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm seeing good. But Let them make a decision. But this will only happen to children who are tending to adulthood or children who are in early adulthood. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thumbs up.